The conversation at the forum is a hugely interest to us because internet freedom is something that it's a major issue that is shaping the way that a lot of people actually, an organization are relating to internet. It's how we are using the internet, what is happening to basically our data, to our security. So it's a very important concept. So when it comes to equally also, when it comes to civil society, that's an important issue for them because it's not only would translate in what they do online and how effective they are in pushing the advocacy message online, but also a lot of, when it comes to the certain countries that they have more restrictive policy or approach towards internet, then this can also have an impact on the work of civil society and what they can achieve. So for us, basically having an understanding of what is happening in Africa with regard to the internet freedom would enable us to do our work better when it comes to supporting them to be more effective online. So if you are a human rights activist, what is most important to you is that whether you have physically you are safe to do what you want to do. And when it goes to online, that's exactly the same thing. It's basically the physical and digital security for us as an organization. I think a lot of our organizations are interlinked and intertwined. So for me is that when it comes to online, being able to have privacy, have basically the integrity of your data, being able to have your operation in a very safe and secure way, making sure that basically you're not subject to surveillance, but if you are, you know how you're protecting yourself, making sure that your private data, basically all the individuals you're interacting with, their information stays safe and and integrity of it is been preserved. That's hugely important because otherwise you cannot do what you are trying to do. So I think that's for all the activists. Not only I would say that the digital security, but also the physical security is something that goes hand in hand, and that's something that as an organization we are working towards. That we will support other different initiatives that actually they are trying to achieve that more of a holistic approach towards security. So there is a very important and strong role for civil society to play here, to basically to work with the data, with the government, and also to act as a bridge and intermediary between the government and citizens to basically make the open data more meaningful and more accessible and draw meanings out of it and actions and hopefully actions out of it that can be taken by citizens forward. So for us is that as an organization, we would like to work with organizations to increase their capacity in order to be able to work with data. So we do huge emphasis on data visualization, not only as something fancy that you produce, but something that makes data more meaningful and accessible for citizens in terms of understanding what data says, what are the trends that you can get out of it, and then to do some advocacy campaigns around those findings. I think for me was one thing was that this was my first time at the forum, and what was for me was interesting that it's still in this sort of the very earlier stage that you have managed to get a very multi-stakeholder the crowd here. You have the private business, you have the civil society, you have the governments, and I think that's something that I really enjoyed about the forum is that you have these different voices and different sort of perspectives coming together, and I think that's something that for me was a very pleasant surprise, and also something that I look forward to see that actually that continues and also grows in the forums that you're going to have in the future.